What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Shiny B Gaming, and today we're going to be going over Gilgamesh's kit. Gilgamesh is the King of Uruk, and he's going to be coming out in the 8.4 patch. If you enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe for more content. Gilgamesh is a warrior who's most likely going to be played in the solo lane. He has a really cool kit that is great for team fights and setting up team fights. He's the only god with a new mechanic that gives him free tier 1 items. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Gilgamesh's passive, Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh Embarks. At levels 5 and 10, Gilgamesh gains a quest. The first quest is to visit a specific location on the map, and the second quest is to defeat half the enemy team rounded up in a single fight. Each time Gilgamesh completes a quest, he is awarded a random tier 1 item or 500 gold if he has a full inventory. The developer said that if you are in solo lane, the quest at level 5 is going to try to point you towards the enemy harpies or a little closer to the enemy speed buff. And then if you are in dual lane, it is going to be near the purple buff or near the greater scorpion. They didn't mention anything about mid lane. And then at level 10, you're going to get a quest where you need to kill 3 enemies in a team fight. That's essentially the quest. Each time you're going to get a random item, which makes for an interesting passive on Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is 1, Sun Forged Scimitar. Gilgamesh ignites his sword with the ferocity of the sun for 4 seconds. Enemies around the ignition take damage and are slowed for 2.5 seconds. Gilgamesh's basic attack deals bonus damage equal to 3.5% of his maximum health to enemies. The duration of this effect is extended for 0.8 seconds up to a maximum of 12 seconds. The damage is going to be 65 at level 1, 205 at level 5 with 60% physical power scaling. The slow is going to be 15% at level 1, 25% at level 5. The cooldown is going to be 14 at level 1 and 10 at level 5. I think this ability is pretty cool. You can keep extending the duration up to 12 seconds, and then at level 5 the cooldown is only 10 seconds. So you can keep basic attacking, pop it again, and then just kind of always keep it active. If you combine this with like a frostbound hammer and the enemy can't get away, you can really extend the duration to make it to where it lasts until the enemy goes down. Gilgamesh is 2. Dropkick. Gilgamesh dropkicks an area in front of him. Enemies in the area are damaged while the closest enemy is launched through enemies. The launched enemy will take bonus damage when hitting a minion or takes burst damage and is stunned when hitting an enemy god or a wall. If the launched enemy hits the winds of Shamash, they are thrown towards the center of the ring. Minions hit by the launched enemy take bonus damage. Gods hit by the launched enemy take burst damage and are stunned. The kick damage is going to be 70 at level 1, 190 at level 5, plus 50% physical power scaling. The bonus damage is going to be 25 at level 1, 85 at level 5, plus 25% of your physical power. The burst damage, which is if you hit an enemy god or a wall, is going to be 70 at level 1, 250 at level 5, plus 65% of your physical power. So that is the most damage on this ability, is if you can kick them and then make them hit a wall or an enemy god. The stun duration is 1.1 seconds at level 1, 1.5 seconds at level 5, and the cooldown is 14 seconds. This is definitely the coolest ability that Gilgamesh has. He's going to move forward whenever he activates this ability, so there is a little bit of forward momentum, which is going to make it easier to follow up after drop kicking somebody. Gilgamesh is 3, Heroes Advance. Gilgamesh leaps into the air, crashing down at a target location. Enemies around the impact take damage. Gilgamesh infuses the ground with energy, causing a beacon to appear for 5 seconds. Allies who run towards the beacon will gain movement speed, halving this movement speed once they enter the beacon. Allies who enter the beacon will gain bonus lifesteal, boosted by 15% of Gilgamesh's highest protection. The damage is going to be 80 at level 1, 240 at level 5, plus 65% of your physical power. The movement speed buff is going to be 25% at level 1, 35% at level 5. The lifesteal is 10%, and it's going to have a cooldown of 15 seconds. Gilgamesh's ultimate, Winds of Shamash. Gilgamesh calls upon Shamash to create a ring of wind at a target location for 6 seconds. Enemies inside this ring when it starts take damage and are slowed for 2 seconds. Enemies inside the ring take wind damage every 0.5 seconds. Enemies who try to escape the ring are heavily slowed. If Gilgamesh damages an enemy trying to flee, they are thrown back towards the center of the ring. The wind turns into a thread over 6 seconds, damaging, rooting, and crippling enemies who are still inside the ring. The initial damage is going to be 90 at level 1, 330 at level 5, plus 50% of your physical power. The initial slow is 20% at level 1, 30% at level 5. The wind damage is 12 at level 1, 28 at level 5, plus 5% of your physical power. The wind wall slow, so the closer they are to the edge, the slow is going to be 50% at level 1, 70% at level 5. The binding damage, which is the damage if they're still in there whenever the ultimate expires, is going to be 150 at level 1, 450 at level 5, plus 60% of your physical power, and the cooldown is 90 seconds. This ability is really cool, and it seems to tie all of Gilgamesh's abilities together. If you could jump in with your 3, activate the circle, and kind of lock the enemy team within your ultimate, you could deal some really good damage and set up for a great team fight for your team. That is going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.